Okay, hello everybody. This is Dr. Andrea Blake, and this is the Life Force Energy Podcast. Today we have an awesome guest. It's all about life force energy and just natural processes to get you on track to the healing that you need for your life. We have an awesome guest. His name is Dr. Aaron Bryant, and he is a chiropractic physician in the Chicago area. He is the founder and owner of Renewed Body Chiropractic and Wellness Center, and he's licensed in the state of Illinois. He received his Bachelor's of Science in Kinesiology with a concentration in sports medicine from the University of North Carolina at Greensboro in 2012. He then went on to receive his doctorate of chiropractic from Logan University in St. Louis, Missouri in 2018. Dr. Bryant promotes safe and natural alternatives to drugs and surgery by providing evidence-based chiropractic adjustments, nutritional counseling, supplementation, corrective exercises, and active release technique. Dr. Bryan takes pride in treating a wide range of conditions for individuals ranging from only a few months in age to the elderly. So welcome, Dr. Bryan. Thanks for taking time out of your busy day at the office. I know you're seeing patients and have a lot going on. I appreciate you joining us on the podcast. How are you today?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the invite, and I'm doing well.
Absolutely. Well, we're just going to jump right in. Tell us a little bit about your chiropractic story. What led you to become a chiropractor?
Yeah, so my story is a little bit different, I feel like, than some others who have been led to chiropractic in that I initially was introduced from a friend who was a chiropractor, and
Mhm.
I was finishing up my undergrad degree, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And he told me to, come on in and, check out the office, to see, just to volunteer and, see if this is something for you.
Mhm.
So went in and checked it out, and I was like, yeah, this seems like this is something I could, potentially do. And so let's fast forward, we'll say like 2 years, and then at this point, I was playing ultimate frisbee and injured my knee, and he was like, yeah, you should come in. I can get you checked out. I can get you fixed up. And even though I had volunteered there before, I was kind of like, what can you do? I hurt my knee, not my back.
Right.
So from my upbringing, only people that went to a chiropractor was if you had a history of having a bad back already, or you in a car accident.
Mhm.
And I didn't know that it could be used for, general wellness, people coming in just to, prevent things in the future. Anyway, I walked into the office on crutches because my knee had swollen up. The MDs said that my knee, I had torn my ACL, and I had potentially, my kneecap had gone out and came back in. And at that point, I was on the crutches, went into the chiropractic office, and he took some images. He saw my hips were misaligned, and he was actually telling me that the reason I sustained that injury in the first place was because my body was constantly trying to compensate, and because the grass was wet that day on the frisbee field, my body lost that battle, and I literally walked into his office with the crutches, walked
Wow.
out with the crutches in my hand. So it wasn't the volunteering for me; it was the experience of going and saying, "Hey, I can help people this way as well."
Right, right. But that was something that gave something back to you that's important to you in your life, something that you're doing, right?
Currently, yes.
Yeah, awesome. So when you talk about, you actually being a physician, so obviously you have to have the heart and mind for the healing process, the heart and mind to want to help people. How do you go about that process when a patient comes into your office?
Yeah, so when they are coming in, well, even before they come in, we send out some information to them, just, allowing them to, or helping them to expect, or telling them what they can expect when they come in. I always start with, why, we're doing what we're doing and then what our office actually believes in.
My neck doesn't
We
hurt.
want to create an environment for all of our practice members that's going to empower them to not only be the ones that create that healthy lifestyle, but we want them to create a lifestyle that's going to be sustainable for them, and we meet them where they are, which is the most important thing.
Yes, absolutely. And I think the biggest thing is, are people excited about the fact that they can get this healing and these processes without drugs and surgery?
Yes.
I think that's what more and more people are absolutely looking for today. And so the fact that you have enough courage to step out there and say, hey, I'm a healer and I can do it naturally and I can do it effectively without drugs and surgery is awesome. So, what do you have any patient success stories to share? Because everybody's like this chiropractic thing, and myself as a chiropractor, I experienced just the other day, like I don't, I'm kind of nervous, and I don't know what this is really about, but I want to do it. It seems like it's helpful. I've never done it. Nobody in my family has ever done it. So there's a huge percentage of the population that has never experienced chiropractic care. Do you have any success stories to share?
Yeah, we actually had a guy that came in earlier today. We were doing some of his exams, and I always check with them, kind of through the midway point to see how they're feeling. And he was like, "Yeah, my back pain has decreased." He came in like at around say 7 or 8, and now he's down to, I'd say, like a 2 or 3. And he's been coming for about a month now,
So when
and
you say 7 or 8, you're talking about pain levels. So his
pain
pain
level,
level was high on the scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst. So he was
correct.
at a 7 or 8, and then he went down to what?
He's like at a 2 or 3
Wow.
now on that pain scale. And I was talking to him, and he was like, "Yeah, doc, I'm glad I came. I'm glad, I made the right choice." And
Hmm.
I was like, I'm glad that you were able to come in, but the main thing is I'm glad that we're able to support him, and again meet him where he was.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What is your best advice for anyone on the fence about trying chiropractic?
Yeah, I would say definitely give it a try. With I explain to people who come into our office, it's, we want to make sure that we're going to be a correct fit for you, and that you will be a correct fit for the office, because there are many different chiropractic offices. A lot of chiropractors practice a different way. So the most important thing for those people, if they're on the fence, is try to find a chiropractor that's going to line up with, their lifestyle. Is that
Absolutely.
main thing. You want to try it before it gets too late. The analogy I like to use with practice members, new practice members that come in, is think of it like a baseball game. you know if your body needs help and it's just beginning, and you're in the ninth inning, and it's 2-0, that looks a lot different than if you're waiting. Then that looks like 5-0, which is a lot different, a lot harder to begin to come back from. So
Hmm.
it's a thing of, getting out there and, trying it.
Right, right. So it's just all about being more preventative, but also finding somebody that you feel like you can trust them. And
Yeah.
one thing I like to tell patients is to ask for referrals, ask friends, ask family, people that you know and trust. Do you see a chiropractor? Do you have a chiropractor? And they can give you their story. Definitely look at reviews, and there's ways to check out for state licensing. And also, when you're going into for that first visit, you have a chance to fill out that office and fill
Mhm.
out the doctor and the staff, and decide what you want to do from there. So don't feel like you're forced to do it, but make sure that you feel in charge and empowered. This is someone that's going to be on your healthcare team.
Mhm.
Now, speaking of healthcare team, what do you have to say for patients who may feel like, well, I have an MD, why do I need a chiropractor? Or for patients who may, come in and say, well, my MD is not on board with this. And whereas many MDs are now, and some may not be, and that's okay. But you, as their chiropractor physician and a primary care provider, what do you have to say to them about that?
Yeah. So like I had a guy come in yesterday, and he was saying he needed to go check with his MD to see if he was gonna get some sort of surgery. And I told him, yeah, definitely go, get that opinion, check that out, and always have all of your options. So somebody who's coming in, if they're saying that, their MD this good or bad, yes, explore that. take all the options that you have and make
Mm-hmm.
the decision that's going to be best, for them.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. And then just, I like to tell people, keep it in mind, because I do the same thing. Think of it as your healthcare team. You
Mhm.
don't just have one person. A team is built up of many people working together to get
Right.
to a common goal to win. So when we think of our bodies and our health like that, we have more than one person from different specialties and backgrounds and knowledge, so that now we can be more empowered and be more informed to make the best decisions about your health.
Yes.
Awesome sauce. So now, what do you wish you had known before you started your journey? Let's say to become a chiropractor, because there may be some people that's interested in chiropractic or interested in healthcare in the health and medical field. What do you wish you had known sitting from where you are now before you started?
Yeah. Honestly, it would be more so, again, you don't have to have a history of having a bad back or be in a car accident to receive chiropractic care. Uh, yeah, like that was my experience. Like
Well,
I had,
no,
go
that
ahead.
yeah, that's your personal experience, but your experience as becoming a doctor yourself. So someone that's on the path of thinking about becoming a doctor or entering the healthcare field.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Um, I would say if they're on the fence, it's something that you're definitely gonna want to have that desire to do because it is a very tough road, and you got to have that deep desire. That's what's gonna be able to take you from the beginning to the end because it is extremely hard, and but if you have that desire, that is gonna be what gets you toward your goal because there's gonna be some times where you're studying and you're studying for 8, 9 exams in
Mm-hmm.
1 week, and you don't feel like you're gonna be able to do it. But having that desire, breaking your time up, it
Right.
gets you to know who you are on that journey as well, because that's going to be huge. Not just graduating from the chiropractic college, but also once you get into practice in whatever setting that you're to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds like a great plan for someone who's wanting to enter in. Now, a little bit more specific on the chiropractic adjustment and what is happening, because we're talking about the spine, but there's also other joints,
Mhm.
and we know that it's natural, it's holistic, and it's alternative health process where you're seeing so many patients get good results and literally change their life. So, what exactly is happening during and after that chiropractic adjustment?
Right. So when somebody comes in and they get adjusted, we are essentially trying to give their body a tune up or a jump start to allow their body to work more efficiently. Like it's not me or any chiropractor that's doing any of the healing. It's that
Mm-hmm.
person or that patient's body that already knows how to do it. We want to make sure that we're getting it in the correct, making sure it's going the right way and it's healing and operating as efficiently as their body can. But specifically with the adjustment, a lot of times people may hear some popping and cracking sounds. Those are called cavitations, and what that is it's gas being released from those joints. Not like when you pass gas, but like
Right.
little nitrogen
A
bubbles.
different type of gas, but still
Different.
gas that makes noise.
Yes.
Well, that's awesome because I think that's one of the biggest fears that I've seen with patients, and I'm assuming you're seeing that too. Is what does that feel like? What is happening with that, and a lot of things. Talking about life force energy opening up because we know between all of those, the bones, the vertebra of the spine, there are nerves that are entering out, and all of these nerves are connecting inside of the body. So it's not just about getting rid of my neck pain and my back pain, but
Mhm.
it's about overall organ function and functioning better. Do you talk to your patients a little bit about that?
Yes, yes. So we explain to them that if somebody has a misalignment, they can, a lot of times they'll notice that they may have a headache or they might have some breathing trouble or whatever the case is. We let
Mm-hmm.
them know that the brain, at that point, the brain's not communicating properly with those certain nerves, which then supply those organs, which is what
Mhm.
our main concern is. So let's just take, say somebody sprains their ankle, right?
Right.
Their ankle to a degree is able to heal as much as it can. But now, if you have an injury to your brain or spinal cord, because those are the things that are sending the signals out. When you get an injury to those, it's a little bit more serious, right? So that's why our brains and spinal cords are, encased in bone, because we need to take care of those. We don't get any extra of those like we do if we have some other type of injury.
Right. So it's pretty special. We cannot get a spine transplant, and most other organs we can transplant. Uh,
Mhm.
the spine and the brain are so fragile and so important. It is encased in bone, and it is very important to take care of that. So when we talk about our profession and what we're doing, it's a pretty phenomenal thing, and I think it's so important that we just get the word out to more and more people. And that's
Yeah.
why I really appreciate you being on this podcast, because we know it, and we both get adjusted regularly, and we understand it, but we have to also, like you said, meet our patients and other people where they are. This is something that's brand new. We're going to be touching their bodies. We're going to be moving their spine. They're going to be hearing the noises and the gas moving through the joints and
Mhm.
all of that. So it's something that we have to kind of go slow with and explain so that they can feel comfortable with it. And I think you gave a awesome explanation of that. Now, before we close out, I have like a couple fill in the blanks. It's not a test, but before we do that, I just want to talk a little bit about, if anyone is in the Chicago area. Dr. Bryant is the owner and he's the physician at Renewed Body Chiropractic Wellness Center in the Chicago area. So tell us your location, your phone number, and different ways if people are interested in coming in to see you, having a consultation, exam, or adjustment.
Yeah, so our office location is 125 North Halstead Street, Chicago, Illinois. It's right at the intersection of Randolph and Halstead. It's in the West Loop area. If anybody's familiar with Au Cheval, it's right across the street from that. And we're on the second floor of the Haymarket Brewery and Pub building. So
Mhm.
you can't miss us. It's a pretty good location. A lot of people they come in from all different directions, especially because we're right by the highway 9094.
Mhm.
Our phone number to the office phone number 312-285-2116. We also are on Facebook and Instagram. The Instagram name is Renewed Body Wellness, and we're always engaging with people that way. I always tell the patients that, if you have a question or anything like that, we can also respond to you via direct message, because I know a lot of people are using Instagram these days. So we want to be
All
as
right.
accessible as we can for who we can.
That's awesome. So people don't necessarily have to call you. They can go on Instagram and send you a direct message, or
Mhm.
your team a direct message, and then they'll be answered expediently. That's awesome. So Dr. Bryant has a really nice office set up, a really nice staff. If you're in the Chicago area and you're on the fence about chiropractic, or not even on the fence, but you've decided, hey, this is something you want to try, I definitely highly recommend that. Your office hours.
Yeah, office hours. So Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're open 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the morning. And then the afternoons, we're open 3 to 6. On Tuesday, it's just the 3 to 6 time frame.
Okay.
And on Friday, it is 9 to 1.
All right, awesome. So you have pretty good accessibility, and all of that information to contact Renewed Body Chiropractic. Dr. Bryan and his staff will be posted below this podcast video. Now, the final questions. First one is, as a fill in the blank, is to me, life force energy means.
So to me, life force energy means your body's natural ability to heal and function at its highest efficiency.
Awesome, love it. If I truly want to be the healthiest and highest version of myself, I will.
If I want to answer that question, I want to continue to pour into myself, which then allows me to pour into others. I like to think of it like, you know, when you're on the plane, they say to secure your oxygen mask first before helping others. It's the same thing with other aspects of life as well.
Awesome. And then the final one is my greatest hope for this audience is
that they found, even if just one piece of information that they can use to actively take steps toward being who they want to be.
awesome. Great. So this has been an awesome podcast, a lot of powerful information on chiropractic, very informative for someone who's on the fence, also informative for someone who may even be considering the chiropractic field or any medical field, but definitely we want people to know the awesome power of the chiropractic adjustment and being under chiropractic care. There's a high percentage of people that are under chiropractic care have a lower percentage of hospital visits and doctor's visits than people who are not under chiropractic care. And it always goes back to releasing and open up that life force energy through that chiropractic adjustment. Dr. Bryant, this has been phenomenal. Thank you for sharing with us today. I know that you have to get back to your patients. And so we're going to let you go ahead and do that. Thanks again for coming. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on the Life Force Energy Podcast. I'm Dr. Andrea Blake, and this is my voice.